Hello and welcome back to a great opening video.
What was that? Alright,
Hey guys,
Hey.
welcome back. I'm Darren and this is my beautiful, amazing wife, Abigail.
they already know that,
And
but that was a good
the
introduction.
new ones don't know.
Oh, the new ones.
So,
Like they're new people.
yeah.
Alright!
So, carrying over from our last video, we talked a lot about intentionality with relationships. It'd be great to talk about another thing that we've incorporated into our relationship to be intentional and have great intimacy.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what do we do every single week together now?
Well, now it's newer, but we have fancy meetings.
What's a fancy meeting?
On me.
What's a fancy meeting?
A fancy meeting is... Okay, let's talk about for real now what a fancy meeting is.
What's a fancy meeting?
Okay. Alright, so basically, FANCY is an acronym, okay? And we just have a set apart time on Saturday nights for it's the time that works best for us. And we just sit down together, have uninterrupted time where we go through this acronym. So,
Yeah, so
F,
what we did, hold on, a little backstory. What we did is we came
Okay.
up with the important things that we thought we should talk about every week.
have intimate conversations every day, but this is just like a recap at the end of the week just to go over anything maybe we didn't talk about, but
Because
just
we
the
get busy
overall
schedules.
feeling from the week.
Yes. 'Cause-
So this fancy meeting isn't in place of talking every day about the things that need to be talked about.
That's great to cover. Yeah, it's good to cover.
Okay, so what does F stand for?
F stands for feelings.
Feelings. Let's
Yeah.
talk about our feelings.
So what we talk about for feelings is, okay, how did you feel about your week? Or
How are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
How's your heart? How are you doing?
Yeah. So then next after that we go to A, which is,
Affirmation.
and we go over what we saw that was encouraging about what the other person did or how they might have grown in an area or just to encourage them.
Yeah,
from
so
the
we
week.
affirm them. Yeah,
Mhm.
what we see that we love about them.
Yeah.
And then N is
Needs. So what do you need? It could be a little thing, it could be something like love, like a little more love in this area, or I need
Yeah.
help with this or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
or
you said-
hey, I need olives
yeah.
from the store because I really like them and we're out of them. Like,
Yeah, I think we are out of olives actually. Come back. Okay, so N
Then
is needs, and then
C is challenges. So that could be something that was either hard that week or something that you really improved in. That
Like
used to be
grown in.
challenging for you, but now
Yeah.
you feel really confident in it. So
Yeah. And in that time is the kind of time that we could talk about like forgiveness. So like maybe something that was challenging between us and what we need to forgive each other in. But we don't have forgiveness as one of them because when something happens between us, we take care of it right then and there. We
Right.
don't let it go on for days. We talk about it, or if something happened individually where we sinned, like we
Yeah.
messed up at work or whatever that is, we talk about it with each other. We're super open about that. But challenges is a area where
yeah,
like that
like-
kind of stuff can come up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what do we have for the
Is
why?
Why? What's why?
It's you.
We
Oh,
talk
that was
about
good.
you.
No, so we talk about what are you bringing in your life? So the spiritual part
So,
that
like,
you're,
how are you getting fed?
you're taking in, fed every day. And then what are you giving out? So what are you encouraging others? We kind of, it's like a mini acronym. Our why is like yes. So E for who have you encouraged?
Yep.
S is spiritual. How have you been spiritually taking in just
Yeah.
that communion with God every day?
It's how you take in and pour out for the
Yeah.
week. So talk about our relationship with God, and then like you said, who we encourage. Because one of our goals for 2020 is to encourage 2 to 5 people a
2 to
week
5 plus
plus
people.
people a week, like intentionally encourage someone. So
Yeah.
yeah, we talk about that at the end of the week too.
So we encourage you guys to create your own acronym, whether it's kind of following some of the subjects that we came up with our F.A.N.C.Y acronym, and you can even use that if you guys want to, but you can definitely bring up categories that you maybe don't talk all that much about for areas that you guys can both grow into.
Yeah.
So,
because in order for relationships to grow, you need to have that kind of intimacy, and you need to have deep, authentic conversations for them to grow. So even if you don't have a significant other, husband or wife, or boyfriend or girlfriend, you could be doing these type of conversations with your friends, with your family members, or whoever.
So we hope you guys were encouraged by that you were kind of pushed in some new areas and brought some new light to how you could create some deep relationships with other people.
Yes.
But without further ado, we are so excited to be back next video, so please check us out again, and we will be sharing some more amazing,
More fancy stuff.
more fancy things with you guys.
All right.
Bye.